Welcome back to Tide Talk, where we talk about Alabama Crimson Tide football and college football as a whole. Why? Because I believe college football is the best sport on earth. I'm your host, KD. Let's get to it. Unless you've been living up under a rock, you understand that the NIL situation has totally changed college football. It has totally changed the landscape. All right. And yesterday, according to NFL senior insider Adam Schefter, the number one overall recruit for the 2025 class coming out of high school, the number one overall quarterback, Mr. Bryce Underwood from Bellevue High School in Michigan, flips his commitment from LSU to Michigan. Now, my question is this: how did Michigan let him get out the state in the first place? When you see this guy, he reminds you of a Cam Newton. He reminds you of a Josh Allen. He is a dual threat quarterback. The RPO is a weapon for him if you're going to run a West Coast style offense. The kid is a beast. All right. Now I'm just tripping on how did Michigan let him get out the state? Did they not see his value, or were they just being stingy with their NIL money? That's the question. Because LSU, according to Sports Illustrated, LSU, Louisiana State University, offered this young man and committed to this young man through NIL $1.5 million per season. That's crazy money within itself. I know I'm sign me up, coach. You know what I mean? If you're gonna give me 1.5 million a year to do the thing that I love, coming out of high school, 18 years old, please sign me up. $1.5 million. Now, if you do the math on $1.5 million per season, then let's say he stays the whole 4 years, that's $6 million. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If you follow college football, you've seen in the headlines that some kid in that was coming out of high school was getting offered $10.5 million. That's this kid. Yes, that's right. That's this kid. Michigan came back and countered LSU's offer and offered him 10.5 million with the M million dollars over 4 years. Now, 1.5 ain't bad. 2.5 definitely ain't bad. Because that's basically what it amounts to. $2.5 million per season. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine coming out of high school and you are signed? I'm talking about 18 years old, man. 18 years old, and you are signing a $10.5 million deal. That is astronomical. Point blank, period. Now, I want to congratulate the young man. I want to congratulate his family for raising him up in football. That, like, me personally, I'm from Alabama. As you can see, Roll Tide, Blitz, Bama Blitz. We don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And down here, we breed football players. That's what we do. Basketball, cool. Baseball is great. But football is fantastic. We breed football players down here in the great state of Alabama. And I just want to commend his family for breeding a ball player. Because he's definitely a ball player if they give him $10.5 million. So I ain't knocking it. I want to salute the young man. Congratulations. Well deserved. And I hope you get out there and earn every penny and ball out, young man. Now, that wasn't all the news that we got yesterday. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. That wasn't it. This was another situation. Now, if you follow Pat McAfee show, salute to Pat McAfee. Love your show, by the way, if you just so happen to run across this video. He had the opportunity to have Juju Lewis, the number two overall prospect coming out of the 2025 class, to come on his show and announce that he was flipping his commitment from the University of Southern California, aka USC, to Colorado Buffaloes. Oh my God. What is Dion doing up there in Colorado that he is attracting all of this talent? We got to give it up for Prime. How did Prime get the number two overall prospect in the country to flip from USC and go to Colorado? Now, Juju Lewis, man, they say he threw this young man threw for 530 something yards and 5 touchdowns as a freshman in a championship game. Now, I might have that wrong a little bit. You can go and do your own Google research on it. But That's astronomical. The man was playing in national championship, state championship games as a freshman, man. He was recruited by Florida in the 8th grade, y'all. He a dog. He a hunting dog. That's what he is. He a hunting dog. Now, here's the thing. According to Sports Illustrated, his NIL valuation is estimated to be $1.1 million. $1.1 million. These young men are getting plenty money when it comes to this NIL deal. You know what I mean? So, Julian Lewis, aka Juju, Juju comes from Carrollton, Georgia, Carrollton High School in Carrollton, Georgia. Are neighbors. You know, now Georgia's no different than Alabama. Georgia, they breed hunting dogs. They name ain't the Bulldogs for, the college name ain't the Bulldogs for no reason. Yeah, they breed hunting dogs too. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand them Bulldogs now. Don't get it twisted. I can't stand them. But I got to give them their props. In the state of Georgia, they breed hunting dogs. And that boy right there is a hunting dog. And you can see in this picture that's on the screen, Shedeur Sanders standing to his right has relinquished the keys to Juju Lewis in that picture. And Juju is sitting on the crown. On the throne. So with that being said, is it safe to say that Juju's going to wear the crown and be the starting quarterback? Because he said one of the reasons that he wanted to go to Colorado was that Coach Prime was going to put the best player out on the field, so he had a chance to compete and be the QB1 season one. And that's something that he wants to do. I'm excited for these young men, being honest with you. I'm very excited for these young men. I think these young men have opportunities that we did not when we were growing up, and it shows you how society is changing. Okay. I really think it's great for football. However, I do have holdbacks, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is why. My holdbacks are they going to be able to keep the main thing? And I'm just speaking off of my experience. I know how I was when I was 18 years old. You give me that type of money, I'm gonna lose my mind. In the words of Kanye, you can't tell me nothing. Seriously speaking, and I'm not saying that's gonna be the case for these boys. Evidently, if they done put themselves in a position to be able to capitalize like they are capitalizing right now they are way more mature than I was at 18. All right, and that's typically how society goes. The generations that come after us, they're a little bit smarter, they're a little bit faster, they adapt quicker than what we had to do because they didn't have to go through the hardship that we had to go through. So I get it, but I'm still concerned about it. Now, I was watching Pat McAfee show yesterday. And he spoke on this as well. He said, according to him, and I can't quote verbatim, but he said that college football is coming up with a formula to try to put a cap on this NIL situation, and I think it's needed because if you don't cap it, you're going to have a situation to where players aren't going to really desire to go to the next level. Like if you don't put a cap on it and you can just pay kids anything, like millions and millions of dollars to come to your school, what's going to push them to actually try to go to the next level, meaning the NFL, and get the big bucks? And if they don't, another issue with not putting the cap on the NIL is you're going to raise the valuation for NFL players. Because if you got some college players, think about this. I'm seriously speaking. Bryce Underwood is literally going into his freshman year of college making more than certain seasoned vets in the NFL per season. See, you got to make it make sense, y'all. Seriously, you got to make it make sense, and that's the issue that they're looking at. It's all about money. Don't get it twisted. And these big programs, they're going to be able to do fine. Smaller programs, they're going to be able to do great. But we still got to keep the main thing, the main thing. And if you think that the economy of college football and NFL football isn't the main thing, you are well mistaken, my friend. This is a business, and the business of it is entertainment, period. They still want these guys, these young men, to come in college with aspirations of going to the NFL, not with aspirations saying that, man, if I play 2, 3 seasons, I can walk away a millionaire and I ain't got to worry about nothing no more. I got a degree. I can take my money, invest it. I ain't got to put my body on the line in the NFL and, risk it all. I'm fine. I'm comfortable. If you don't put a cap on this, it's an issue. Second thing, when I say keeping the main thing, what I mean by that is this. You're going to have some players that's really going to cash out for the money, especially if they know they can run up a bag real quick. That's what they're going to do. And they have no loyalty to the program. They have no loyalty to football itself. Like my son told me, you got some guys out there that really don't even want to play football. They just a natural born dogs in the sport. And they play it so they can make their family happy. They can provide for their family. But once you give them a big payout, that player can tell you to kiss his hind parts. Like point blank period. So I think that putting a cap on it, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that I don't want to see these boys get their money. I think they need to get paid. I think they need to be compensated. I think they need to be recognized for their talents and what they're contributing to college football, because it's $1 billion sport. Over $1 billion. You see what I'm saying? So I think they need to get some revenue off of that. However, if we're going to keep it in a situation where it's levels to this, you got to put a cap on it. Point blank period. Now, what Pat McAfee was saying, the way I interpreted his description of it, it's a situation to where schools themselves are going to have a max amount of money that they can contribute to the NIL, name, image, and likeness, right? Let's say that number is 30 million. Okay. So let's say Alabama gets $30 million to pay, their athletes for name, image, and likeness. Now, this is the catch. That 30 million just is not for the football program. That 30 million is for all of their sports programs. For the swimming team, for the tennis team, for the golf team, for the basketball team, for the football team, for the badminton team, for the lacrosse team. You see what I'm saying? Like, seriously speaking. And then the school is going to have to decide who gets the bigger chunk of the money. Now, if you are down here in the SEC, I think it's safe to say we already know that our football programs will get the biggest chunk of the money because football pay the bills down here. It's sad, but it's true. Think about what I'm saying. Our football stadiums hold 100,000, 90,000 people. See what I'm saying? Basketball arenas don't hold it. Tennis stadiums don't hold it. Swimming arenas don't hold it. So we know what program is the breadwinner, and if that program is the breadwinner, you're going to put that much more money into those programs than you are the other programs. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that we got to look out for. Again, it's a crazy time to be alive, man. I'm very excited for it. These are just two of these were a few things that I wanted to point out. Once again, congratulations to Bryce Underwood. Congratulations to Juju. I wish you guys nothing but the best. I'm excited to see you guys on the field and showing the world what you got. Me personally, I'm just sitting back and seeing what Bama gonna do, man. I mean, just being honest with you, I hope we don't let our dogs get out of Alabama. You see what I'm saying? Like, seriously speaking, because it's like, how can you guarantee you keep your star athletes in state? It's hard. I mean, you see what happened to Michigan. I'm serious. Like, I'm confused about how Michigan let that boy get out the state. Just like how Georgia let Juju get out the state. Why that boy going way out west when you got the premier programs right here? And see, with that question, that's a testament to what Coach Prime is doing out there in Colorado. Seriously speaking. I mean, with the swagger, with the program he's building, with the identity they have, it's no secret why these young men want to go play for Coach Prime. I mean, hell, if I was coming out of high school a hunting dog like these boys, I probably want to go play for Coach Prime too. You see what I'm saying? Just being honest with you, just by the aura that him and that program have. So I want to say salute to Coach Prime. Another video coming out. We're going to discuss if Coach Prime is a good fit for the NFL and if he would leave the Colorado Buffaloes. So with that being said, everybody, good luck to your teams this weekend. I hope you enjoy. Be safe, be productive, be blessed. Roll Tide, roll. Blitz, Bama, blitz. We don't give a piss by nothing but the Tide. Thanks for watching. See you.